In her introduction to the Reed of God, Carol Houselander recounts for us how, as a child, someone whom she greatly respected told her never to do anything that Our Lady would not do, for if she did, the angels in heaven would blush. Now, Carol took this older woman's advice to heart, and for a short time she avoided doing those simple pranks that children love to do, but would be considered questionable for anybody choosing to imitate the Mother of God. But her inoculation of piety wore off rather quickly, primarily because she found it difficult to imagine Mary, the Mother of God, doing anything that she liked to do, simply because she couldn't imagine Mary doing anything at all. I think this simple story speaks for many of us, in that I believe there are many people who, in loving Our Lady, still think of her as someone who never does anything that we do. To so many people, Mary is the Madonna of the Christmas card, kneeling in quiet contemplation on the immaculately clean stable of golden straw and shining snow. She's almost surreal. Nothing about her is ordinary, not even the stable in which Jesus is born. In many people's minds, the Mother of God comes to mean only a pale statue, or a bright picture, a tiny medal, or a great stained glass window. We forget that Mary, the Mother of God, on earth was, and in heaven is, a person. We don't only do this with Mary, but with all the saints. John Shea, a contemporary spiritual writer, has a poem about the saints entitled Friends in High Places. And he writes, "We like them up there as they shine in stained glass glory, a candle of a nun with a flame dancing on her head, a young man with steeple fingers holding a lily, a knight ramming a lance down a dragon's throat, a monk with a pen poised like a dagger. They live between us and God." As the poem continues, his point is that we need to see the saints in their humanity. Otherwise, how do we bridge the gap, the immense gap between their heroic virtue and our weakness? We cannot hope to imitate them and model their holiness without first walking in their shoes and touching their skin. I believe that what makes us truly love a particular saint are those little human details we discover about their lives. I love St. Catherine of Siena because she loved her garden, and she gilded tiny oranges to humor a very difficult pope. She was not only the most dynamic woman in history, but also she was the best friend to other women. And such simple things make me forget that she was fiercely ascetic and that for years she fed only on the Blessed Sacrament. I love Pope John Paul II, Blessed Pope John Paul, because of his great love for nature, like St. Francis of Assisi, and those simple human gestures of affection he showed time and time again to people everywhere he went. I love St. Francis of Assisi because of all of creation was his family, Brother Sun, Sister Moon, Brother Wolf, and even Sister Death. But it is Our Lady and no other saint who we can really imitate. She's not only human like the other saints, she is humanity. And the one thing that she did and does is the one thing that we all have to do, and that is bear Christ into the world. There are mornings when I wake up and I become anxious about my day, and sometimes I don't look forward to what lies ahead. You know, fear and doubt are often the shoes I'm tempted to put on as I begin the day. But I have learned through my love for Mary to begin my day by turning to her and quietly praying the Hail Mary, slowly, and being very attentive to the words of that simple prayer. Now, why would I do that? Well, it's better than simply dwelling on my anxieties and making my anxiety worse. And secondly, it takes my attention off the anxiety and turns it toward one who can really be of help. Because I need courage. I need hope. I need a stronger faith. I need to walk with Christ, whose presence brings all that I need to proceed with my day. And I've found that praying the Hail Mary does this for me. I don't mean just when I get out of bed. I continue to pray that Hail Mary until I know that Jesus is present. And sometimes that's not until I've come out of the shower and I begin to dry. Mary helps me to not only to bring Christ into my life, but also to bear Christ into my day. In this world of ours, torn by agonies and dissensions and hurt, we need some direction for our souls. And to this need, turning to Mary, imitating Mary, is the answer. And in contemplating her, we find intimacy with God and the law, which is the lovely yoke of the one whose love is irresistible. We need to let Mary work within our humanity. And we need to recognize that she is as human as we are.